Let me know when you're ready.
I think you should. I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, great. Well, we're going to go on the record in State versus Stokes, 24 SC 004596. Good morning, Mr. Stokes.
Good morning.
You are up here to take a plea in your case. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Davis will put you under oath and ask you some questions. Please let me or Ms. Rios know if you've got any questions. All right? All right, Ms. Davis.
Please raise your right hand. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Can I run back down to Schwab since we're taking a plea right now, just to do a quick bond hearing?
Yes, I saw that Ms. Bumpus arrived as well. You've all been speaking. Good, okay. And we will have a conversation when you're back with Mr. Dennis out here about a couple motions that Mr. Bass has. Okay?
I know Ms. Davis will text me, so I'm not, bond hearing is delayed down there. I'll come straight back up here.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Apparently you're going to be texting him.
I don't mind.
Okay. All right, sorry about that. Back to the Stokes plea.
Mr. Stokes, thank you for raising your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you will give before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Please state your true, correct, and legal name for the record.
Terrell Stokes.
Are you at this time under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or any medication?
No, ma'am.
Is there any medication that you normally take that you have not taken today?
No, ma'am.
How old are you and how far have you gone in school?
I'm 24 and last grade I attended was 11th grade.
And what high school did you attend?
Riverdale High School.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a United States citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you're charged with the following offenses in indictment 24 SC 004596, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 3 counts, and possession of a firearm or knife during the commission of a felony?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you have the right to plead either guilty or not guilty to these charges? And if you plead not guilty or remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had enough time to speak with your lawyer, Attorney Rios, about all the facts and circumstances known to you about this indictment, including any potential defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need more time to discuss this case with your attorney?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with her services?
Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Rios, do you waive formal reading of the indictment and any and all defects therein for the purposes of this plea?
Yes.
Mr. Stokes, do you remember having been arrested on these charges?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state's unaware of any outstanding warrants related to this charge and this case. Attorney Rios, are you aware of any outstanding warrants?
No.
Mr. Stokes, has your attorney advised you the minimum and maximum sentence for each charge to which you're pleading to today?
Yes, ma'am.
The aggravated assault counts are a maximum sentence of 20 years, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony is 5 years consecutive. Do you understand today that you're entering a negotiated plea of guilty, which means the state will recommend a sentence to the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the court is not required to accept the state's recommended sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand the court has the right to sentence you to the maximum possible sentence on each charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you're pleading to multiple charges today, which can run consecutively or one after the other?
Yes, ma'am.
And Judge, I believe, and Ms. Rios, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is this a first offender?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the first offender questions.
All right.
Mr. Stokes, are you asking to be treated as a first offender under the provisions of the First Offender Act?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever pled guilty to or nolo to any to or ever been convicted of a felony in the state of Georgia or any other jurisdiction?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been sentenced for any crime, felony, or misdemeanor under the First Offender Act?
No, ma'am.
Has your lawyer explained the First Offender Act to you?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you violate the terms of your first offender sentence or commit a new offense while on first offender probation, your first offender status could be revoked? You could be adjudicated guilty and you could be resentenced up to the maximum sentence for each charge on this indictment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction as well as other jurisdictions, including federal courts?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that if you're not a United States citizen, a guilty plea conviction will affect your immigration status and will result in deportation, just like a conviction at a trial would, and that is true regardless of any advice by your attorney or anyone else?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you use, receive, possess, or transport a firearm or use a firearm in a crime, you will be guilty of a felony, which may carry a sentence from 1 to 15 years in prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of this guilty plea conviction, just as there would be from a conviction following a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
For example, your guilty plea may affect the right to vote, to hold public office, to serve on a jury, to obtain a passport, to possess or transport a firearm, or the ability to obtain employment.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that you waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering a guilty plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up the following rights: the right to a trial by jury,
Yes.
the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself,
Yes.
the right to confront witnesses against you,
Yes.
the right to have the assistance of counsel hired by you or to court-appointed counsel if you cannot afford an attorney at a trial of your case,
Yes.
the right to the presumption of innocence,
Yes.
the right to testify on your own behalf and to present other evidence,
Yes, ma'am.
the right to subpoena witnesses and compel the production of evidence,
Yes.
the right to have the charges against you proved beyond a reasonable doubt,
Yes.
the right to appeal a convicted of these charges after a trial.
Yes.
Do you understand that you may have only a limited right to appeal this guilty plea conviction?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for the felony charges to file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of this guilty plea?
Yes.
How do you plead to the charges in indictment 24 SC 004596 to the charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession, 3 counts, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony?
Guilty.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, ma'am.
Is it your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you're in fact guilty?
Can you repeat that for me?
Is it your decision to waive these rights and enter a guilty plea because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this guilty plea freely and voluntarily given with the full knowledge of the charges against you?
Yes.
Your Honor, we believe that the facts at trial would show that on June 17, 2022, officers responded to 780 Aileen Drive in Northwest Atlanta to a shots fired call. There, they made contact with the victim, Mr. Andre Garrett, who was advised that he was shot by his daughter's boyfriend. The daughter was being evicted from her home, and it appears that while Mr. Stokes was pulling off, did discharge his weapon. It did strike the victim, Mr. Andre Garrett, in his leg/ankle. Mr. Garrett was treated. He did spend about a week away from work, but he is able to walk. He has full use of his leg, and we have been in contact with him in the past as of recent, not recently. However, he did say that he did not want to attend any hearings and that he was doing fine and he could walk when we did speak with him. And that was bottom of last year.
Okay.
With that, and in consideration of the defendant not having a much of a criminal history at all, we are recommending the defendant serve 10 years total and for him to serve 20 weekends in custody, the balance probated, for him to receive anger management, no contact, to stay away from the victim, Mr. Andre Garrett, to do 40 hours community service. He has also been accepted into the Next Level Boys Academy, so that will be a requirement for him to fully participate and complete that program. I believe the way the math works, and Ms. Rios, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is it 15 years on the aggravated assault and 5 years consecutive on the firearm? I'm sorry,
15 years.
5 years on the aggravated assault plus 5 years
5
on the
plus
firearm.
5.
Sorry.
Yeah, I
5
think
plus
that's how
5.
I broke it down in the email, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There are 2 other victims. There's Naisha Green and then Andre Garrett Jr. The indictment alleges that Mr. Stokes shot at them. He hit Mr. Garrett, and then I'm assuming Andre Garrett Jr. is his son. Is Naisha Green the girlfriend, or who is that, and what do we know about those situations?
I don't see any contact made with those 2 individuals. I believe they primarily just contacted and spoke with the dad. I don't know if that was a girlfriend or a mom, but that was his son that was also present.
Okay.
I don't believe that wasn't the girlfriend. The girlfriend was in the car with him.
I'm saying girlfriend of the dad.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
All right. Ms. Jackson, Can you share with me Mr. Stokes's criminal history, please?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 5 cycles. The last arrest was October the 30th, 2022 in Clayton County for possession of marijuana less than an ounce and possession of a firearm during commission of a felony, and 2 counts of possession of Schedule 1 controlled substance. There was no disposition for that arrest, and there are no convictions listed in the GCIC, Your Honor. Nothing in
Thank you.
addition.
All right, thank you. Ms. Rios, what's the status of the Clayton County case?
I don't think what happened with that case? I don't think he ever got called.
I just been waiting for them to send me a letter in the mail to come to court.
Okay, so that's just sitting out there.
Yeah.
All right. What can you tell me about Mr. Stokes and this shooting incident?
Yes, Your Honor.
I know you had filed an immunity motion and then you withdrew that.
Yes. I think the mother of his child initially was based on the victim or the dad pulled out a gun on him first, but then since they have broken up, she is no longer having that same statement or was going to say the same thing.
She doesn't remember it the same way anymore.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I withdraw the immunity motion. Mr. Stokes is 24 years old. He's currently working at Bad Daddy's restaurant. He's a chef there. He's been there for 4 months. Prior to that, he was a manager at Five Guys. He does not have any children, and he currently resides with his girlfriend. I'm not sure if you got it, but I sent Ms. Nelson lots of letters. So he has lots of support. I think it should be have some letters.
I did. I have a letter from Dad and another relative. Anyway, it's a lot of letters.
I got a lot of letters and support. He also sent me, I'm not sure if I sent that to you, proof that he works. We have proof that he works at Bad Daddy's. And I have the acceptance letter from Next Level Boys Academy.
So I had a question about that. What's their age limit?
25. So he just made the cutoff. Me and Mr. Davis had a long discussion. So yeah, as long as they're before they're 25, they can go in.
Okay.
And so based on him not having much of a criminal history and like no violent arrest at all, this incident happened about 3 years ago, and he hasn't had any violent charges before that or since. I believe this was an isolated incident, and I believe with the Next Level Boys Academy, we will ensure that something like this doesn't happen again with that support that he'll be getting from them. So I ask that you accept the plea as negotiated and set a behavioral incident date of 4 years.
All right, let's talk about that. This hearing had a little bit of everything, from a short detour for bond logistics to a rather thorough breakdown of a negotiated plea. We're looking at the case of Mr. Terrell Jamal Stokes, who appeared in court to plead guilty to 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. From the jump, the courtroom had a composed and cooperative tone. Though there were a few procedural hiccups, someone briefly darted out to handle another matter. The judge acknowledged a slight delay on an unrelated bond hearing, but nothing that disrupted the gravity of the plea. The judge, though unnamed, here handled everything with professionalism and patience, keeping the focus on Mr. Stokes' plea without making it feel rushed. She walked him through every component of his rights, the potential consequences, and what it means to plead under the First Offender Act. It was methodical and respectful textbook good courtroom demeanor. Now, let's talk about Mr. Stokes himself. He appeared composed, respectful, and responsive to the judge's questions. His answers were clear. And although there was one small moment where he asked for a repeat of a question, he quickly affirmed his understanding and willingness to proceed. His demeanor didn't suggest evasiveness or resistance. Rather, it came across as someone who's taking the process seriously and nervous maybe, but not defiant. He pled guilty without protest. And there was no indication that he didn't understand the gravity of his plea. His attorney, Ms. Rios, was prepared and proactive. She clarified prior motions, including a withdrawn immunity motion, and provided context on Mr. Stokes' background, employment, and future plans, including his recent acceptance into the Next Level Boys Academy. She emphasized that this was likely an isolated incident, and her defense strategy leaned heavily on character support, employment stability, and a clean criminal history aside from an unresolved 2022 arrest. That was smart framing, constructive, not excusatory. The prosecutor, meanwhile, laid out the facts of the case with clarity. The incident stemmed from an eviction dispute involving Mr. Stokes' girlfriend and her father, the victim. The shot, fired, struck the father in the leg, but he recovered and explicitly told prosecutors he didn't want to attend court or pursue further action. That said, there were 2 other named victims present during the incident, one of whom appears to be the victim's son. But the prosecution noted they hadn't made contact with them. So, it's a little unclear whether those counts could have become more complicated had those witnesses engaged. Courtroom atmosphere, relatively calm, if a little crowded with procedural sidebars. There were no outbursts, no grandstanding. And the discussion of sentencing was straightforward. 10 years total, 20 weekends in custody, anger management, 40 hours of community service, and full participation in the Next Level Boys Academy. The balance of the sentence would be probated, and the court showed willingness to adopt the state's recommendation. That final part, tying the outcome to rehabilitation and support systems, was probably the most meaningful moment. It was a reminder that court isn't just about punishment. Sometimes, it's about redirecting lives, especially for young defendants with minimal records. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone.